Hi, good evening and welcome in. It is time for the M2s and it's the British Cup that we're running, and it's the AMs on track today, and we are at Donington for round number one. And then we move on to Snetterton, then Brands Hatch, and then Silverstone. So 4 iconic tracks from the British tracks that you would find, and it is something that we it was a bit of a dilemma not to put in at Alton Park, but you will see that coming forward soon once we get into other seasons moving into 2024. But yeah, I am Linksy. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're all good and ready for this one, because I am, and it is going to be a bit of a battle between everyone. So welcome in. Wesley, good to see you. Finally, what was this? Changed my name from Kawasaki finally into the one it should be. Let's go RTO. 36 minutes left. Yep, and then we get the pros and the silvers in the Porsche Cups after these guys. So this is the AMs. This is mainly for the AMs tournament in regards to the guys that have raced in RTO leagues in the past. And it's a way of showcasing the AMs, because sometimes we miss some of the great battles that we get going from the AMs in regards to the racing, because sometimes the grids are so large. We've had 30 plus cars on the grid in recent times, and and only 25-minute races. So some of the action from the AMs gets missed, which is a bit of a shame. So we are trying to make sure that this way we get to showcase what you guys can do. And these cars are tricky anyway. They are very, very tricky. It's you actually the quickest way to run these cars is with with traction control off, which sometimes may seem a bit daunting, but it definitely makes it quicker in these cars. And we raced. I was lucky enough to race for the Acertech SimSport community race with SOP, and we did the M2s around Donington, and it was actually genuinely one of the most fun I've had in a long time. Because the cars are basically road cars, with a roll cage. It is, man and machine. There is not much you can do with these. You can set them up a bit differently to try and find yourself some time, but ultimately, it's definitely down to man and machine, and how you can get that and wrestle it around the track in the most fastest time possible. Welcome in, Dreamman. Good to see you, buddy. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. So yeah, the qualifying is about to start. We only have 10 drivers on the grid out of 19 that have signed up. Not sure where the other 9 are. I think maybe people got messed up with the time zone changes that we had. So yeah, so we're now about to go on into to see on track some nice liveries. Although my awesome sim racing, it out for next week, and the Porsche Cups as well. Make sure they've done for those as well. But now we are starting to get some of the guys out on track. We've got Daniel Zlatnik from Team Snail, which you guys will already know. Then we've got Aria Best from SGSS, is to the league. Got Adam Douglas, again, what's another driver very well known. Driver roster that we tend to have in the GT3s. We've got Alex Walker as well. So David Blythe, once again, we know David running with RTO for a little bit now, which is good to see you back. The infamous Brian Bond in his brightly coloured M2. Not going to miss him out on track. Alpha Dog Meat coming back to us as well. So we're looking forward to seeing how Vinzante Lawrence as well. Back in once again. I just call him Wesley. It's a lot easier. That's just where we go with it. It just ends up being a lot easier just to call him Wesley, I think. So we'll stick with that because it's safer for me. So there we go. Nigel Woodcote, other driver part of the RTO roster as well. Norbert, well, welcome in, Jason, to RTO. It's a shame that these cars don't get more drivers in, because they are such fun cars. Really are. And like I say, you can set these up differently to gain a bit of time, but most of it is how you drive it. It's very awkward because, from what I understand, the braking in this car, they're all electronics. It's electronic diff and electronic ABS. You can't change, brake bias. You can't change brake bias in these cars. It is very, very weird. So what it does is it automatically changes your brake bias depending on what wheels are locking up. And sometimes you'll come into a corner and you'll stop on the brakes and the car will stop. And then the next lap you'll do exactly the same thing. But because you may have had a slight lockup in the last corner, the braking is completely different and it can throw you right off. So they are very, very different, very, very interesting cars. So there we go. And we're about to have the first timed lap. Best is about to cross the line where the line. These are the all your session best. See that is not the relative lap times. So they've got 6 minutes 50 to go. It's just a 10-minute quali. They in the practice I was watching, a lot of these guys were within a couple of tenths of each other, so it's going to be quite a tight session in quali, and it will make a difference to see who gets further up in the race. Because again, you know, catching is one thing and passing is quite another. DRL cranking, no game sound, just saying. Oh yep, that's right. There you go. Now you can hear these lovely those straight sixes, isn't it? In these. Oh really? I hope not. I've just done my because this is a completely different overlay for my normal stream, so I normally don't cat on the stream. But yeah, hopefully that's made it easier and you can hear me better now. I think it's sometimes when I look away from the microphone, then you don't hear me very well. So yeah. But thanks for letting me know, Cranky. I appreciate that, buddy. So anyone in here? Are we? Oh, we've got Dmitry Leskov as well now, who's joined the race. Really good to see another driver. 11 cars now on the grid. I'm just missing eight other people. So Adam Douglas pops in his first time, and he goes top with a 142.2. Jason Norber in there just behind him with just under a tenth as well. Then Alex Walker comes in. He's 2 tenths up on his current lap. So that would technically at the moment put him in pole position if he stays there. Daniel Zlatnik also 2 tenths up on his lap, trying to make his way up into the top 3 if he can continue with that kind of pace. Man on the move at the moment is Wesley. He is 8 tenths up at the moment. Nigel Woodcock just puts himself into P6 with a 143.455. Find a couple of tenths on that if Wesley comes in with this lap. He is going to pop himself up into the top 3. He is 1.1 seconds up. So Wesley doing a great job in this lap. Shows you how you can find some serious time. And another man on the move at the moment, Daniel Zlatnik, 0.8, 0.9 up. Obviously made a mistake in his first lap. Oh, and he's just gone wide. So unfortunately, going through, he's cut the chicane too much, and that has binned his lap. So that's a shame. Alex Walker, though, is about to put in a great little lap as he as it stands. Well, he's 3 tenths up. He lost a couple of tenths. Back up, he's caught up half a second now. So this is going to put him into the 41. Put him into, oh no, he's just a bit of time coming out, but he's still going to be pole. 42.0. Alex Walker takes pole position. Adam Douglas shaves a bit off his time and does get very close again within. I mean, this the gaps. There you go. That's your gaps. Top 3 covered by less, well, under a tenth at the moment. So there you go. That's how close this is going to be. Jason Norber goes top of the pile again. So we've got the times that we've seen at the moment. I mean, look at that. 42.0, 42.0, 42.1, 42.1. That's the top 4 covered by literally a tenth. The top 4 are covered by a tenth. That is incredible. And then Aria Best for SGSS just absolutely obliterates all hope from the 2nd, 3rd and 4th guys now. A 40.7. He's 2.3 seconds faster than everybody in that same car. So obviously he's managed to find some time and became one with the machine, as they say. So we've got Alex Douglas on a good lap. He's 0.3 up, so this could put him into the 41s if he can make sure he doesn't. Oh, he's gone too deep. He's gone too deep. Curse of the commentator. He's still going to have enough time to do another couple of laps, so that's sorted out. Alex Walker up 6 tenths of a second so far on this lap. This is going to put him a little closer to P1. But I say that, and Aria Best is gone quicker again. So he, sorry, Aria's definitely going to be putting into a low, potentially a low 40s. So that is incredible lap. Alex Walker moves up to P2. Go takes 8/10 out of his last lap time. Moves right up. Obviously means the track evolution is now coming to these guys. The more laps that they do, more and more rubber goes down. 11 cars on the grid. Dmitry Leskov lagging very, very hard. Keep an eye on lagging this hard. We may have a bit of a problem. Keep an eye. Puts himself, or does a lap that's a second quicker than where he was before. 45.3 now. He's the guys in the pits. Brian Bond sticking it in the pits. And Douglas also in the pits. Norbert coming through the middle sector at the moment. Wesley is up 2/10. So is Daniel Zlatnik. Everyone's still improving at the moment. Aria seemed to have a mistake on the last lap, 42.8. Everyone will be hoping for that kind of lap time in the race. That was definitely some incredible racing there. Some incredible laps coming out of the SGSS driver. Alex Walker has made a mistake. He's 0.7 down, but Daniel Zlatnik up half a second at the moment. That will put him back into the top 3 if he can continue this. In fact... Oh, he's just got a bit sideways, coming out too much right foot. He's now lost 2/10. He was up 7/10 a minute ago, so he's now down to half a second. Still going to be a good gain. Still going to jump a couple of positions, although he's just gained an absolute ton of time again in that final corner. This will put him into a 41.8. There we go, up to P3 for Daniel. Well done, Team Snail driver. I do apologise that the liveries aren't working. It's I'm not sure why that's happened. To make sure they are up and running for the Porsches and get this changed for next week, so I do apologise. What I'll do is I will go and see if there's a... I don't think I can be able to fix it now, unfortunately. Three drivers in the pits, Adam Douglas, Brian Bond and Alpha, all saying that's enough. That's all she wrote. Haven't got enough time to get round for another lap. Again, Aria SGSS 2.7 is the lead. Half a second quicker than Alex Walker, who is 3/10 on Jason Norbert. And another couple of tenths to Wesley. Daniel are very close together. But that top 5, yeah, podium places are all for grabs in that 5. The back Adam Douglas, but he did have a good lap and then he managed to make that mistake, or he'll be fighting closer to Nigel Woodcourt again. He'll be way into the top 5 during the race. David Blythe, Brian Bond, Leskov get a lap in. Dog meat back of the grid at the moment. Oh, Zlatnik's just a load of time. Yeah, he's now going to swing it round. Park it. End of the pits. That. Oh, final corner. Nice Woodcourt though, up 10 on its lap. The bit coming out of the final corner. Sorry, the hairpin there, the penultimate corner going into the final corner. He's up 2/10 still though. A bit going into the final corner. Is he going to get a good exit? He needs a good strong exit to get out. He has gained a 10th, so 0.3, 0.4. This is going to be a little bit closer. There we go. Nice Woodcourt. A couple of tenths off of P6 again. Strong qualifying from these guys. All right, 11 drivers. As you see, and so on pole position. Have Aria Best, the number 4 BMW from Alex Walker. 3 on row 2, Jason and Wesley Lorenz, as we know. Daniel Zlatnik, row number 3 with Adam Douglas. Row number 4 is Nigel Woodcock and David Blythe. Got Brian Bond. Sculf, we'll have to keep an eye and make sure there is no lagging there. Got Alpha at the back of the grid. Race starts in 40 seconds. We will see how we go here. Let's have a catch up with the chat. Greenbound. Coops, how you doing? Cranky, no game down, just saying, yeah, lagging a bit, cutting out, jumping good. Best not really am a driver though. Yeah. I think that's it. Where we sure these SSS guys are AMs? I'm not sure they are. I don't think they are. They're really fast in the 24-hour. They were a top P3 performer most of the time. How many you got on the grid for the P Cup tonight? Well, we've got 26 signed up, so there's quite a few people in that one. So yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Wesley. That's my bad. I'm not sure what's gone on there, so I do apologise. But yeah, we've got, like I say, yeah, Cranky's just said there, we've got 25 people signed up for the Porsche Cup, so I'm sure we'll see that. Right, so it's a full formation lap to try and help these guys warm the tyres before they get to racing speeds. But Best takes them around. We've got a couple of slow movers at the back there. Who is still on the grid? David Blythe. Might need to move, David. Has he had an issue? Yeah, Lorek, no worries, mate. So 24 then. Okay. Has he disconnected? We had a disconnect. That's a good start. Cranky. Boo! Right. It is, like I say, full formation to try and help these guys get some heat into the tyres, and so they get ready for... they do get ready for the race. That, you know, tyres prep, brakes warm, makes it a little bit safer. Seems that you don't really want to be going into the first lap with purely, you know, ice blocks, because it can add to the jeopardy of the race, and we don't want people off in the gravel on the first lap. That's, you know, something we've said. You know, we really do need to make sure that we have a good race, good clean race here. While they're going around, just remind you guys that we have Snetterton next week. Then the week after that is Brands Hatch, and then we finish at Silverstone. The Porsche Cups race on exactly the same tracks. They are just starting at 8 o'clock. So once this race finishes, we'll shut this stream down and we'll start the next stream for the Porsche Cups. So it keeps them nice and separate. People can go and check their own races rather than have to try and find it through the broadcast. And the Porsche Cups at Silverstone will have a 45-minute final race instead of the 25. So a bit more prep needed for that one for those guys. But they are the pros and silvers, so we do expect something from those guys to make sure that they are, you know, challenged. Right, so they are now starting to line up 2 by 2 as if they are in the arc. David Blythe is in the pit, so he didn't manage to make the start. I must admit, when I raced these cars here a few weeks back, they were really good fun. Really good fun. And I genuinely, I'm not just saying that, it generally was really good. Good racing, good close racing as well. And you really do have to try and keep the pace. I mean, one of the things you must do is keep consistent pace. So yeah, we'll see who can do that in the race here. 25 minutes to go. They're coming around the final corner, lining up 2 by 2. Let's see who is going to make moves as they start the race. And round 1 of the M2 Cup is go, go, go. And Best does get a really good start. Walker not able to keep with him, but they've managed to gap the rest of them. We've got, I think that's Daniel Zlatnik just trying to go around the outside here of Wesley. And Adam Douglas following in behind as well. That is a great little start. Looks like that Walker is going to have to try and chase down Best. Gets a little bit wide there as he goes through the S's there. 3 wide behind them. Oh, and they've had to tuck back in. That was very close. I think Dimitri nearly went in the back of Daniel Zlatnik, but Nigel Woodcock looking to go up the inside. Side by side, they touch as they go through the left-hander. Now it's going to tighten up as they come up through into Sector 2. You have to get on the brakes and now slow it down for the right-hand bend. The guys ahead have just started to get a little bit further away because these guys are fighting, so that's broken off. You've got 5 people in regards to at the front. Best, Walker, Norbert, Wesley and Douglas have broken away, and Daniel Zlatnik has been fighting with Nigel Woodcock to try and keep that P6. David Blythe has managed to get into the race, and unfortunately starting at the pits means he's got to play catch up. There's 25 minutes, anything can happen, so we'll keep an eye on where he can go. Adam Douglas is right over the back of Wesley now. He's looking left, looking right to see if there's a way. You can make mistakes going into the hairpin there. That's one that used to catch me out quite a bit. And he's had a. I'm not sure if he's got a real slow exit out of there, but definitely he's dropped back. He was a couple of tenths back, and he's now 1.2. So we'll see how that goes. Across the line, lap 1 is complete. Best takes us across, leads the first lap. Got a funny feeling he might lead most of the laps unless he makes a mistake. Walker trying to chase him down. Jason Norber rounding off the podium places. Wesley in P4, looking to see whether he can make a move going forward. See if it's good. It's just sorry about that, guys. People joining channels, team speak. But yeah, if you've got Norbert over the back of Walker now, he's looking to see if he can chase down the P2. This is such a good little camera angle, this one. Go up through Coppice. Now we're going to go down the Starkey Straight. As I come up to the S's down the end of here, is he going to manage to make a move? I don't think he's close enough. I think Wesley has dropped a bit further back as well, so right on board in the passenger seat. We want to try and take a little bit less speed into the S's and concentrate on getting out of it. Breaking a nice straight line. Again, you don't want the to lift off a wheel or lock a wheel, because then it can adjust the brake bias, which can be really awkward. Adam Douglas all over the back of Wesley as well now. Adam Douglas managed to catch up. We've got Zlatnik, who's broken away from Nigel Woodcock. And Dmitry Leskov is now trying to catch up with the P5, P6 battle. Alright, Best just going through the first corner. He's got a gap of around about 2.4 seconds. See on your screen. Dated the tower there. Adam Douglas 0.4 back, facing down Wesley, who is going to be out on top for the P4 place. Daniel Zlatnik won't have given this up either. He's definitely catching them, although he's made just a little mistake actually as he went through the old hairpin. Dropped a couple of tenths back off where he was, but there now Douglas is all over the back of Wesley. It's a great little battle for P4 off the podium. Jason Norbert still trying to chase down Alex Walker. I think the podium places are fully decided. If these two start fighting, it might bring Wesley and Adam back into the play. See if they can catch up. That Brian Bond all over the back of Dmitry Leskov. Brian on the outside as we come into the S's now. Going to be the latest on the brakes. They both brake roughly the same time. Brian gives plenty of space, hits the tyres. Leskov hits the tyres as he goes through the S's and knocks them out of the way. Yeah, we're coming down to the hairpin now, the Melbourne hairpin. Turn number 11. Dogmeat doing a great job up with these guys and having being part of the fight. Adam Douglas has now made a move going into the final corner into Goddard's, and now it's side by side. Wesley is on the outside as they come up to turn 1, but that is the preferred line on the way in, but it means that he's got to try and do it the long way and the hard way. And then this league around the outside is what we like to see. Two teammates, Adam Douglas and Wesley. Get nice and fair. Get a good run now. As we come down through the Craner curves. Oh no! And Adam just goes just wide. And that allows not one, but two. So Adam Douglas has lost to Zlatnik as well as Wesley. I told you Zlatnik hadn't given this up yet. Because the team leader of Team Snail. Did a great job in the RTO SOP 24 Hours of Nürburgring as well. So really good to see them getting involved in that. We are going to be doing more 24 hours, so keep an eye on those. We'll start getting those out there next year, so keep an eye on and see where they come from. Alright, how you doing? Good to see you on my way home from uni. Sad I couldn't be then. Yeah, it is a shame, but I hope you can join us again another day. Do you think he willingly skip a P-Cup race? No, he definitely wouldn't. He definitely wouldn't. Hoping I was muted. Why would I be muted? What a lovely track. Yeah, Donington's a good track. You've still got Adam Douglas looking up the inside. He sends it right up the inside this time. And then he goes too deep. Oh, and then his teammate in front, Wesley, has made a mistake. Oh, no, Wesley coming out of the final corner, just gets on the power just a bit too much. The rear end says, what are you trying to do? I can't do that. And that's it. Into the barrier in the final corner. That is, he's now dead last. We're having a great little race, Wesley, there, so hopefully he'll continue and see if we can get any further forward. Still a great little battle going on between Zlatnik, Douglas and Woodcote. Nigel Woodcote finding his pace in the BMW. 17 minutes to go in this first race, the first round. And don't forget, at the end of this, we'll end the stream, we'll start it back up again on the same channel, and we will be with the Porsche Cup cars. Around about 8 o'clock UK time and UTC, so around about 22 minutes or so. There's in the slipstream. You do get a really good slipstream in these BMWs, and got a really good view. Oh, and you've got Zlatnik who went straight across the chicane there. Yeah, you don't want to be doing that. We do get rid of drive-throughs and SG30s for track limits here and give 5-second penalties. And we do watch to see at the end, you know, who's done what. Because obviously we don't want people just flying across the chicane 3 laps in a row and gaining like 5 seconds a lap or something stupid, and then just taking a DT that will, you know, gain them still 10 seconds or so. We don't want that. If that happens, then well, basically they get a disqualification or a big time penalty, at least, at the very least, onto their race. So we don't want to see that. But yeah, we try and be kind here, because the penalties in ACC seem to be a lot more suited to enduro racing, and you know, drive through for 3 track limits, you know, it just kills your race. So we just give a 5-second time penalty. And if you get drive through in the pits, then you get a 10-second time penalty. I tell you what, these guys just don't have the front end at the moment that I think Best does. Best is out in the lead, doing a superb job at the moment. Just keeping it nice and tidy, consistent. Best is going to be in here. We might need some sort of refsvic to come and join, or Dan Watts. Come and see if we can take him on. Alpha dog meat. Been overtaken by Wesley. I think Alpha's made a mistake, because Wesley was 7 seconds behind him a minute ago. I think Alpha's just made a little mistake. And Brian Bond got back by David Blythe as well. Eskov is now up into P7. So, top 3, as you were after qualifying. Zlatnik has moved up a place. Adam Douglas and Nigel Woodcote as well. But the biggest mover is Leskov. 3 places in this race. Wesley down 6. Which is, I'm sure he'll be kicking himself for, because, yeah, he is... oh, Leskov getting a bit too much throttle on early. I couldn't live with that. So yeah, right, back to the battle that we've got up the top here, going through the Craner curves. Turn 2, now into turn 3. Adam Douglas is now past Daniel Zlatnik, and you've got Nigel Woodcote, who is making all efforts to try and catch these guys up, and he's now on the back of them already. It's another three-way scrap between Team Snail. Who's going to manage to come out on top of these guys? Over the curbs, running the curbs nicely. Hard on the brakes. Flick it across the curb. You want to try and take as much of that corner out as possible. Stay as hard right as you can without letting the rear brake loose. 2 seconds, Jason Norber behind Alex Walker, who's in turn 5.3 behind Best. So I think he's checked out. He's definitely going to be. I mean, there's potential to be 10 seconds in the lead by the end of this race. And now we've got Nigel Woodcote looking to go up the inside as they come into the hairpin. And Daniel Zlatnik just gives him the space and says, okay, well, if you got the pace, then I'll sit behind you and see if I can find a way through when you make your move on Adam Douglas. Adam Douglas is trying his best to try and move away. He's got a second advantage at the moment. What's it going to be as they cross the line? Zlatnik gets a good entrance and a bit of a better exit, actually. Ideal exit than Nige out of the final corner. They are, Moritz. They are so difficult, these cars. They really are. Like, I genuinely enjoyed driving them, but it was painful. I will say this. I actually think these were more of a pain to drive than the Porsche Cup. I genuinely mean that. I mean, round here, I think we had max rear wing, 0 TC, and you know that's the only way you could get any pace out of this car. And you had to make sure that you are, you know, it does teach you very much like the Porsche Cup. It still teaches you the you know, good throttle control, so you don't end up just looping it as well. So yeah, Wesley's caught up or catching up with Brian. 2.3 seconds is the gap. His last lap was a 43.0. Brian's was a 44.6. Brian can do a 43.7 though, so yeah. David Blythe after starting in the pits though, P8, doing a great job. So maybe that was the tactics all along, Dave. Hey, that was a good set of tactics. 11 minutes 39 to go. Just keeping an eye on this battle. We'll come back to that in a little bit. Got Alpha running still at the back. Wesley in front, you can see chasing down Brian Bond. Gap is down to 2 seconds. We got any? I can't see if there's any pens. That's the only thing. That gone weird. That's upside down. That upside down. Whatever. I think I might just type. I even type. I think I know what that. We've got Wesley all over the back of Brian Bond, even with the damage on the front of that BMW. He's got some really good pace, 42.5. Still keeping pace, would have been keeping pace with Douglas, Nigel and Daniel Zlatnik. Those guys have separated quite a bit now, actually. In fact, it's the closest driver. As Wesley goes up side of Brian, takes that P9. Through the chicane. Batnick's the closest person to Kurt's drop back. Oh, that is a very, very wiggly BMW as they come out of that final corner. Pretty sure these guys are actually using 0 TC. That's really, really good to see if they are doing that. with Daniel Slatnik. Great section of corners to credit curves. Have a little lift. Down hard on the brakes. Get it to the left-hand side. Swing the car in over the curb. Keep a bit of power on so the rear doesn't send a dance around on you. Open up the left-hand of Starkey's bridge. And then around the next left into McLean's. Oh, didn't get that one over the apex at all. That's following the guy in front. That was, I'll do what you do. Hooks it up over the curb, the bounce of the car there. Stay on board as we go through the chicane. Oh. That was very, 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 very close to being a track cut there. And if it was, I'm sorry, but I cannot do anything about track limits at the moment. So, yeah. Seven minutes to go. Blown by already. Again, best checking out at the front. 7.1 seconds. 7 minutes to go. What's that? Around about 5 laps or so. Or depending on what pace he decides to put in. Alex Walker. Both these top three, sorry, all these, the top three here having a very, very good, clean race. Made a little bit of a mistake. Doing roughly the same pace. Yeah, the gap is 0.8 seconds. Second, third. Oh my word. Jason showing he can drift and race. Great bit of move. Paul Sadlowski will be happy to see that. CJ, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Can you force no ABS on the cup races? No. I'll just put you in a Maserati, Loverick. Let's do that. David Blythe is on that much. He's actually catching Leskov. Doing a great job, David. But he's kicking himself that he wasn't able to start the race for whatever reason. 6 minutes 30 to go. Can he take P7 away? Or will Leskov be able to hold on? Wesley's still trying. Oh, he's gone very, very wide there. The only thing is with ACC TV, you can't see whether people have got penalties. Oh, and David Blythe goes really deep. Oh, and then he's looped it again. And that's Wesley says, "Thank you very much. I'll have that place." And that's curse the commentator. I need to stop. I'm going to stop commentating. I'm just going to stay stopped and just shut up. Because every time I talk about somebody when I'm commentating, they either loop it, crash, or, yeah, something bad happens. I mean, let's not do this. It was a nice 360. He did loop that very well. I will say that. I will say that. So, as they move into nearly the last 5 minutes. I mean, in the chat, do you guys, I mean, obviously we've got Nordschleife coming to ACC, been confirmed for next year. Do you think, is it worth, do you think that's going to be a good addition? Do we think that's going to be a bad addition? A few points have been made in the the DSY, in the RTO Discord, about it being a little bit, oh, Nigel's crashed again. He's come off absolutely, he's actually parked it, I think, this time. And David Blythe into the wall for a second time. That's such a shame. He was doing so well. 4 minutes to go. And he's RTG'd. So I think that's the last we'll see of David for this race. I hope not. I hope he will finish. Alpha's saying thank you very much. Pick that one. So Alex Walker and Norbert. 0.1 or 3 seconds is the gap. Hovering around that sort of time. Last lap was a 4/10 gain, actually. It was catching Alex Walker. Oh. He's managed to disappear. Wesley, indeed, say thank you in call. I hope not. I genuinely hope I didn't Stupid. It wasn't commentator's curse. It wasn't me. All right. I didn't do it. It wasn't my fault. Number 27 BMW has actually found a bit of pace in this final part of the race. He's managed to gain a couple of tenths so far on this lap. Trying to put a bit of pressure onto Alex to see if he can keep that P2. It's going to be around about 10 seconds, isn't it, from Best, I think, in the lead by the end of this race. Hard on the brakes. You want to stay a little bit more to the right there to open up this chicane. Oh my word! Oh, yeah, that was well held. He didn't lose any time either, which is impressive. Absolutely impressive. I think he gained on the way in, but because he had so much speed, he lost on the way out. 3 minutes to go. Right on board with the leader, using all the track on the way in, gets the brakes, gets the car slowed down. Remember, in racing, slow in, fast out. Usually how you get the pace. Nice and smooth as well on the wheel. You can just see it on the left-hand side. Not making any sudden sharp movements. Keeps the car nice and smooth, able to keep it flat out through the left-hander, which with the right setup you can do in this car. It's nice. Hard on the brakes, chucks it in, uses the curb on the exit. As they move up to Coppice, is he going to use a curb on the inside? Yes, he does. Keeps it nice and tight, hits the second apex, gets onto the straight. Did have a little bit of a correction there, and it is now 10 seconds in the lead. Beautiful, beautiful driving from the SGSS driver. Hard on the brakes, chucks it in over the chicane. Again, nice and smooth though. If you watch that input for the wheel, keeping it nice and smooth. Brakes in a straight line, trail brakes to the apex. It's going to be a little bit deep on that one, but it can be treated as a double apex. Final lap of the race. Best is going to be coming into turn one now, and it looks like he is going to take the first victory in the M2 Cups, and it's been a dominant performance. There's no other way about it. 10.7 seconds in the lead. These cars, it's such a shame they're not so much popular than they should have been. It's like GT4s. They are so much fun to race. I actually genuinely enjoy the GT4s nearly more than I do the GT3s, because they are a bit of a handful. And yeah, it's just so much more about those cars to, you know, get them around the track and keep the pace up. Adam Douglas is 8.9 seconds off of the podium places. Robert was catching Alex Walker, but unfortunately that seems to have been a bridge too far for this one. Walker has done a great job in the pace. A little bit slower than his fastest laps at the moment. I mean, his last lap, Best's last lap was the same speed as Alex Walker's fastest. That shows you what it is and what's out there. There you go. And coming around the penultimate corner is Best for SGSS. He's been an absolute star in this race, qualifying, fastest lap and the win. Slam dunk in the first round of the M2 British Championship. Congratulations to Best. Great work from you, sir. Well done. Alex Walker is going to hold on to take P2. Norbert as well is going to round off in the podium places. Well done to the top three. Adam Douglas, he's been chased all the way by Nigel Woodcock. These guys had a great scrap throughout the whole race. And it looks like Adam Douglas is going to hold on. And Nigel Woodcock is going to make it a P5. Well done, Nigel. Awesome work. Daniel Zlatnik. Has he got a drive-through? I think he's got a drive-through, hasn't he? Well, he's gone in the pits. Unfortunately, that'll be a big penalty, and that means Wesley didn't have enough. Needed another lap. Leskov looks like he's kept P7, and Wesley P8. Brian Bond's going to come across the line. Not too fast, Brian. Not too fast, Brian. There we go. And he's going to cross the line P9. And the hero of the hour, Alpha Dogmeat, going to come 10 and rounds off the grid. Well done to the drivers. So that's race number 1 of this night's worth of racing in the RTO leagues. We are about to move over to the Porsche Cups in around about 2 or 3 minutes time. So Aria Best making sure that kept the win. I said he did the pole position qualifying and the fastest lap. Oops. Yeah, there we go. So we are at Donington, as you can see at the moment, and we will be moving to the Porsche Cup at Donington in a little minute. This stream will end now, so we can keep it separate from the Porsche Cups, and then we will be back in a hot second in regards to the league race. And we believe we have about 20 drivers, I think, for this one, so there's a bigger grid. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Just the sound of these cars is amazing. So hopefully you'll join us back in a little bit. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you in about 3 or 4 minutes time.